What is up, YouTube? Is Coffee tapping back in, man, and this is some real hateful ish here. I mean, there's no other way to take it. This was clearly done to be extremely disrespectful and hateful on many levels, and this blew my mind, man. 2024, still just people walking around perpetrating crimes and doing fucked up ish like this with that kind of hate in their heart. And I really couldn't believe it when I seen this. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, what I'm talking about is a Jackie Robinson statue was stolen out of this Little League park in Wichita, Kansas, where it's been sitting. I believe it was put there in 2021. It cost a lot of money. They put it to honor Jackie Robinson. The symbology speaks for itself, as he was an amazing ball player and he broke the color barrier. He was the first black player to cross over into the major leagues. And when was that? In the 40s, and I believe Satchel, Paige came over the next year. It's just so crazy. It always blew my mind growing up, and even now, what's that, in the 40s? If I'm not mistaken, Robinson came in 47 and Satchel Paige came a year later in 1948. So even in the 90s, when I was growing up, 48, that's 2 years from, you know, the start of the 50s, 40 years to the 90s, that there was just under 50 years ago that was going down. I mean, this is just what it is, and everyone knows this, but to really look at that and look at the timeline and say, man, just not even a full lifetime ago, you know, the segregation was still going on, and Major League Baseball, in the sport of baseball, had segregated leagues. It's crazy. It's really mind-blowing how historically this stuff is so recent, really. And then you see here in 2024, you got individuals perpetrating this kind of hateful acts. And getting back to this statue, the symbology behind it, honoring Jackie Robinson, I believe they put the statue in Wichita, Kansas, because he played for the Kansas City Monarchs, I think. I could be wrong about that. But the statue's there to honor a great athlete, a great man who accomplished something that probably a lot of individuals thought would never happen back then. And here, as you guys are seeing this footage playing, where you can see some people creeping around, it's not very good. I'm trying to zoom in on it and whatnot, and then you see someone pulls up in a truck to help them pull the statue away. This is in 2024, right before Black History Month is about to jump off. And like I said, you see the symbology of the statue being there, what it stands for as Jackie Robinson, his legacy and everything like that. And then you can see when the individuals are doing this, right as Black History Month is about to happen, and you can see the symbolism behind that. I'm saying symbology. That's not even a word, is it? I'm supposed to be saying symbolism. But you get the picture. You get what I'm saying. You see why the individuals did this. And then to take it a step further, to be even more disrespectful and really disrespect the legacy of Jack. Let's keep it a buck. Just push out some very hateful, racist vibes with these actions in 2024. You see the press releases when this first happened, they're saying, you know, the background of the statue, what it stood for, how this is horrible events that happen, etc. The police are investigating. You know, anyone with information, please come forward. I got a feeling they're not going to solve this case. I hope they do. Obviously, you know, I'd like to see these individuals pay for what they do, but also get put on blast, the whole world, to see what kind of creeps and people these dudes are, whoever did this. You know, that they're putting that kind of ish out into the atmosphere all these years later. But something, as again, the press releases are coming out, they're asking for the public's help in solving this crime. And you see that they were saying, they were just, the individuals putting the press release out are saying the criminals will probably sell it for scrap metal or whatever. which I don't know if to do that, they would have had to melt it down, cross state lines, go to other places to cash it in, because obviously everyone's going to know about the statue. It's going to be tied to a crime and investigation, something that made national news, the sports news, etc. Because I used to know individuals that were jacking copper, and they had to sometimes go a county over if they were hitting the copper too hard from certain spots. They could only take a little copper back here and there because you got to show your ID when you cash in that copper. And, sometimes they would go far away. There was a lot of money in the copper. Dude bought a whole SUV, a nice truck, a GMC Jimmy, which back then, that was a fly whip, as well as renting a crib, spoiling his whole family, all kinds of issues. He really hit the jackpot when it came to the copper. That's a whole nother story. But my point, what I'm getting at is, with the authorities and, the news and the city talking about what happened and saying, like, they'll probably scrap it somehow one way or another. I don't even know why I went on that whole copper rift. I was just saying they would have to probably melt it down to go about doing that or whatever. But it seems they took it a step further and were even more disrespectful, right? Because they're looking at this like they're going to do something with the statue because it's valuable. And it's like, no, they did this right before Black History Month to be disrespectful, to disrespect Jackie Robinson's legacy, Black History Month. And then on top of it, instead of trying to cash in on the valuable statue in one way or another, they set it on fire and threw it in a trash can. And authorities, police were called to like an illegal fire call or something like that, and they pulled up and saw the remnants of the Jackie Robinson statue, the bronze, everything all burnt up, all twisted, just effed up beyond all recognition, not going to be able to be saved and put back together. And like I said, when you break this all down, it's just very, very clear to see what the message was here. Now, in Kansas, Wichita or whatever, the city or whoever, mayor, I'm not sure exactly who it was, they kicked off a fundraiser to try to raise money for the new statue. They're trying to hit like 100K or whatever to replace the statue, and they've raised like 11,000 at this point. But Major League Baseball stepped in, I believe on the first day of Black History Month, and announced that they will replace the statue and make it right and honor this legend, again, who broke the color barrier, and have his statue back where it belongs, standing tall and honoring him and his legacy. So I don't know how long that's going to take, if they're already working on the statue, what exactly the deal all is with that. I don't know how long a statue takes to be made. It's not something I'm aware of, but I hope MLB is really on this and they can get the statue up before Black History Month is over, and have it up sooner rather than later, and have a ceremony and honor them and speak out about this bullish that went down. And again, hopefully the individuals are caught and brought to justice. But I don't know, I just get this feeling they're going to get away with it. The footage just seems way too far away. I don't know if there's another camera angle or a better camera, but that camera is, you can't see nothing. And I'm guessing the individuals that did this probably knew that. I mean, you never know when people commit crimes. We see world's dumbest criminals all the time, where individuals leave a trail of breadcrumbs on another level. It could be that they just lucked out in a way where they shouldn't have lucked out, right? When they did this messed up heist and disrespected Jackie Robinson's legacy and sent out this twisted message in 2024. But I don't know, I get the feeling that they knew that they were in the clear, that they were that far away from surveillance. I don't know why I'm getting them vibes. Comment at everyone out there and let me know if you get them vibes as well. But very often, people who do this kind of ish, who just are hateful and put this kind of negative energy and just evil and hateful vibes out into the atmosphere. People a lot of times like that, they like to throw a stone and hide their hand, if you will, lurk in the shadows, and sometimes the hate is put right out there in many ways, but oftentimes when there's plots and plans and stuff like that put in place, there's a level of secrecy. But that's it. Get in the comments, let's talk about it all. Sub up to the channel, stay tuned for updates as well as other content. J Coffee Talk, talking music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. And I'm gone, y'all. Peace.